Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Reza Fahriza. I will present my PowerPoint about Journal of Tourism and Hospitality Management. Push and pull factors of tourism destination of Bali, Indonesia. Push factors is that make person want to travel and they are mainly internal psychology motive. The pull factor is external mainly internal. The pull factor is external factor that affect person travel to fulfill needs or desire. Person will choose one destination which fulfills their needs and desire. The objective of this research are to identify major push and pull factors which influencing tourist visit to tourism destination of Bali, Indonesia. The method, this research is using qualitative and quantitative analysis, which using factors analysis and descriptive of qualitative. Introduction. Tourism has experienced expansion and diversification, thus becoming one of the largest economic sector and the fastest growing in the world. This is proven by the increasing of 25 million in 1950 to 1,260 billion in 2016 in Indonesia. Domestic tourist trips since 1991 have shown an increasing tendency. Recorded in 1991, there are 72.1 million domestic tourist movement with total expenditure of around rupiah 7.1 trillion. One of the tourism destinations in Indonesia is the island of Bali. According to Antara and Sri Sumarniasi, from their research in tourism conclusion, namely, contribution of Bali tourism to the national tourism is such important because 36% of total foreign tourists visiting Indonesia in 2015 come directly to Bali. They show that the Bali tourism destination are potential major source of foreign exchange of Indonesia government. This means tourism role in formation of Bali's GDP or tourism role as prime mover of Bali economy. Many economic activities in Bali, even out of Bali, related directly, indirectly, and indus to tourism service. So that economic activity is widely absorbing labor force. The potential for foreign and domestic tourists who choose Bali as a tourism destination is very large. There are also positive impact of tourism in Bali. There is a push and pull factors of tourists to visit Bali, which is unknown at this time. If they can be identified factors that push and pull, then it means that the tourist potential into actual choose Bali as a goal. And the next slide. 6 positive impact of tourism. 1. As a source of foreign exchange for the country. 2. A potential market for goods and service products by the local community. 3. To increase the community income whose activities are directly on or indirectly related to the service of tourism. 4. To increase the job opportunity either in direct linkage sectors such as hotel, restaurant, and travel agent, or at indirect linkage sectors such as handicraft industry, supply of agricultural produce, cultural attraction, retail business, and the other service activities. 5. As a source of regions indirect taxes. And the last 6, to stimulate the artist creativity such as those in small-scale industry or in traditional performing arts. Research method. The research location. The research location is in the province of Bali, Indonesia, which is determined provincially with some consideration, namely, Bali is a popular tourist destination for the international community. Bali is a tourist destination that is in demand by tourists after Jakarta and Yogyakarta. And until now, in Bali has been no research on the tourist motivation, especially based on the theory of factors push and pull of tourists visiting Bali. Five tourism destinations in Bali that many visit by foreign and domestic tourists, the site spread questionnaire that is Kuta, Ubud, Kintamani, Tanalot, and Lavina. Respondent of the research. There are 100 respondents that considered are representative for this research sampling. Type and source and data. This method is using qualitative and quantitative data. Include data on tourist profile, ideas for push factors, and 8 pull factors tourists visiting the Bali tourism destination and response of respondents. Describe the content of the questionnaire is in line with the quantified, while quantitative data is data that looks numeric or numbers, such as data on the number of tourists visiting Bali. The source of data that use this journal as are using primary and secondary search. Method of data collection, instrument of research, and measurement scales. Data collection methods use word splitting of questionnaire, interview, observation, and literature study. Data collection in research using structured and unstructured questionnaire and interview guide. This journal also identifying the factors and indicators of pull and push factor, also the analysis of the data using factors analysis and descriptive of quantitative. 3. The result and discussion. Fit on model. The test result of model fit of factor analysis toward 20 of factors that enter into the model show that the 12 of factors worthy entry into the factor analysis model are visible factor. Dominant full factors. Analysis of full factors show that form the four component of factors. But of the four component factor of the only two component of the factor that determine the decision of tourists to visit the tourism destination of Bali, Indonesia. Result of the analysis informed that four factors, namely culture, status and personal development, cycle, and interpersonal indeed by the dominant pull factor for tourists to visit the tourism destination in Bali. Dominant push factors. Analysis of push factor component obtained two component of factors that determine the tourist visiting Bali. The value of characteristic root that could explain the total diversity respectively 29% and 21%, so that the total diversity can be explained by the pull factor among 50%. Result of advanced factor analysis and the form of factor metric components such as represented in table 5. The pull factor component of the first was formed by the four factors with metric components such as atmospheric and climate, society, safety, hygiene, recreation opportunities in the natural open. The second component is formed by two factors, namely factors of tourism, infrastructure, and factor of budget meals and accommodation. The dominant pull factors can be interpreted that the tourist is pulled by the desire to acquire new skills, add one insight or knowledge about the culture of Bali, and follow the trend of traveling to Bali. Dominant pull and push factor the tourist to visit the tourism destination of Bali. The dominant pull factors can be interpreted that the tourist is pulled by the desire to acquire new skills, add of insight or knowledge about the culture of Bali, and follow the trend of traveling to Bali. Another pull is that tourists can better understand the meaning of life by looking at the life of local people and also the desire to get a change after a busy with work or routine. The dominant push factors can be interpreted that the plural public appeal of Bali assessed by tourists as a unique community, something different, because it has a tradition and a strong tradition based on Balinese culture and Hindu religion. Object and tourist attraction in Bali is pull factor The tourist visit to Bali tourism destination. The type of object and tourist attraction in Bali are very varied, which is often a blend of natural and cultural element. The number of object and tourism attraction in Bali in 2015 record 2,039 pieces spread across 9 countries and cities in Bali. Some ecotourism products that can be enjoyed by tourists in Bali, such as mangrove tour, snorkeling, diving, bird watching, trekking to natural area, dolphin tour, and ecotourism Darsal. Bali is also famous for its culinary tourism, attraction with typical Balinese food with unique flavor and inviting addiction for foreign tourists. Antara and Hendrayana state the uniqueness of the traditional Balinese cuisine can be packaged in such a way as a tourist attraction. This is confirmed by Octam and Purina that one of the elements of attraction in tourism sector is food and beverage. Of the description of push and pull factors, the dominant answer, the question of why tourists visiting the Bali tourism destination. That is because Bali can meet the needs and desires of tourists. For tourist fulfillment, the internal factors of tourism motivated by external factors. Conclusion. Dominant pull factor the tourists to visit the tourism destination of Bali. Indonesia is a factor status and personal development, cultural factors and interpersonal factor. Dominant push factors the tourists to visit the tourism destination of Bali. Indonesia is the Balinese, the atmosphere and climate, safety and hygiene recreation opportunities in the natural. Okay, this is my PowerPoint. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Sadar gak sih konklusinya lebih